back at it again. Listen, we got a lot to talk about. Jets loss to the 49ers. We're going to discuss that. We're also going to discuss the upcoming game against the Titans. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Give me 1 second, folks. Connect the audio. Hold on. What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it, back at it, back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. Listen, we're sitting here after a very rough loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Jets got beat 32-19. Oh, boy, man. It was rough. It was pretty rough, okay? We're going to be talking about that tonight as well. We're also going to be talking about the upcoming game against the Titans. You got a lot of things moving and shaking. Hopefully the Jets will be able to rebound from that situation. So a lot of things happening. Haason Reddick holdout continuing. For a lot of reports saying he's going to die on that hill. Boy, oh boy, things are not looking good. We'll see what happens, okay? But let me go ahead and get into the show. Listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. And I also want to thank you folks for leaving some feedback on there as well. Please do that. I always love people getting their input on what they think about the show on my Facebook. I'm also on iTunes as well. For those of you that may not know, going over to iTunes, type in The Long Beach Joe Show. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. Leave me a 5-star rating and leave me some feedback on there as well. I want to thank everybody again. I just thinking about it. Everybody from overseas that watches me, that talks to me, that listens to the show, that goes back and forth with me. I want to thank every last one of you. And again, please keep watching me. Please keep, following me across my social media platforms and talking to me. Again, I appreciate all of my listeners, every single last one of you, no matter where you're listening to me from. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to check out the show. But it's always crazy to hear people from the UK, Ireland, Australia, the Middle East. It's wild to hear people from those regions, Germany, talking to me saying, Joe, I listen to you and I like your show, but I got a bone to pick with you about this or about that. I love your take on this and this and this. I agree, so I want to thank everybody, that watches me from everywhere, but especially my overseas folks. I'm stunned. I'm also on Twitter as well, okay? And I'm going to keep calling it Twitter, so you just let it go for those of you that get in my DM saying, Joe, it's not Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter, okay? You just got to let that go, baby. You got to let it go, okay? Go on over to Twitter, type in @TheLongBeachJoe, @TheLongBeachJoe on Twitter, okay? Go ahead and follow your boy. I'll follow you right back. Let's go back and forth and have that great discussion. I try to have discussions, okay? But other people like to have what I call spirited conversations, and I'm here for that too, okay? I'm here for that too. You want to yell and scream? Yeah. Your boy wants that too, okay? So, @The Long Beach Joe. We're also live as well, for those of you that may not know, on YouTube, okay? We stream the show live on YouTube. I also put content up there on my channel as well. Weekly videos talking about the team and what's going on, how I feel, my opinions, my thoughts on what's happening with the Jets. Come on over to YouTube. Type in Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. All right. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. All right. Also, give the video a thumbs up. Share them across your social media with your friends and your family. And I appreciate those of you that do that. Now, keep in mind, when you come to the live shows, y'all going to run into some people, okay? Call my chat, man. My chat, they're full of people that are passionate. They love this team. They're good people, but, they get after it, okay? Nobody's safe, not even me, man, okay? I'll call my chat the Savages. You want to know why? They're savage. Savage! Listen, man, they get after it, and they don't give two craps about none of that stuff. If they don't like what you bring to the table, they don't like what you're saying, they're going to let you know about it, okay? They're going to let you know. They do not care whatsoever, okay? And they're going to let you have it, all right? So, just be ready and prepared when you get on up in here, all right? Now, we're going to get into it because I got callers. We're going to get to everybody again. 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I am taking live callers. 973, I see you. We'll be coming to you soon. Sit tight, okay? I think that's Brick City. Sit tight. I want to hear from you. Rusty, I see you as well. All my callers, I will be coming to y'all. Just sit tight. Really quickly, we're going to cover some things, okay? Now, listen here, man. Jets got beat by the Niners pretty bad, okay? Monday night, lights was bright. We were all excited. And, I'm chilling out, waiting for everything to play out, see what's going on before the game, and Christian McCaffrey gets ruled out. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, okay. When I looked at the matchup, I thought to myself, oh, McCaffrey, we definitely got to look out for him. We know he's the guy that really revs the engine of that offense, not only running the football, but coming out the backfield and catching the football, which was what I was the most concerned about. His matchup, the fact that he can get out the backfield and really get things rolling. Well, he gets ruled out, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe the Jets have a better way here of stopping the run. Well, you look at the situation, man. The Niners pulled up this guy, Jordan Mason, and he went to work on the Jets. We couldn't stop anything. We gave up 147 yards to Mason on the ground. This guy's an undrafted free agent. He also had a touchdown, 28 carries. And they ran physical too, straight between the tackles. It wasn't like all night long, straight between the tackles, physical running. I mean, tackles missed everywhere. Guys were falling down all over the place. We couldn't tackle anybody to save our lives. Nothing. Okay? Then, on top of that, we couldn't get to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was 19 of 29, 231 yards throwing the football. We only sacked him twice the whole night, 2 sacks. Couldn't get any pressure on him consistently, man. You look at, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, they combined for 4 QB pressures on the game. Clemens actually had a sack, but he only had 2 QB pressures. Purdy had all day back there to throw the football. And look, we're going to be talking about this tonight. Everybody's telling me how unimportant Hassan Riddick is. I've been talking about Hassan Riddick and saying, hey, let's figure something out here. And everybody was like, oh, well, Joe, don't worry about it. Hassan Riddick just puts us over the top. He's not a big deal. We miss him. Who cares? Right? It doesn't really matter. We can survive without him. Well, I don't know if the Jets defense can survive without him and Bryce Huff. Okay? Bryce Huff's the Eagle. Okay? But I don't think the Jets can survive without him and Bryce Huff. I don't know. Right? Because we're looking at the situation, and the Jets defense couldn't get any type of pass rush. And what's crazy about this is we saw that, right? We saw it last season when the Jets struggled with pass rush, how we would get cooked. You saw it against the Cowboys. We also played a game against the Patriots as well when we didn't get much pressure on their quarterback as well. We lost both of those games, okay? Lost both of those games. The pass rush was abysmal against the Niners. There was a play where there was a 4-man rush. Goodness gracious. A 4-man rush that was sent to Purdy, and he had 138 years to throw the football. Nobody got to him. He looked around. He had all day, and he found Justin Juszczyk for a 34-yard bomb. Found his fullback, running wide open in the jet zone. Insanity, man. After the first possession, the 49ers had 8 consecutive scoring drives on the New York Jets defense. TD or a field goal. Speaking of field goals, the Niners kicker, Jake Moody, that guy was 6 for 6. He was money on the night. He was money for them. I think the longest field goal he kicked was the 58-yarder. Like that guy, he didn't miss. He didn't miss. Our defense had a really, really rough night. There was also a time where Sauce was out of the game, and then he came back into the game because we thought he had injured his shoulder or maybe his collarbone, came back in and then left again. And when asked about it, Sulla just said he was trying to catch his breath, you know. There were so many missed tackles. Ashton Davis singled up on Deebo Samuels, missed a tackle on him as well. Deebo ran for like 15, 20 yards for another first down. It was a rough night for the defense. Rough night for the defense. The pass defense, the secondary was all right, but, man, it was a rough night. Couldn't stop the run. Guys running open in the zone. It was tough. It was tough. Then you look at the Jets offense, very predictable to start out the game. Let me tell you something. Run, pass. That was literally the sequence of the Jets offense. Savages, I know y'all watched the game. Run, pass. That's literally what it was. Run, pass. It was insane. First down run, second down run, third down pass. For like multiple drives. It was wild. It was wild. So predictable. Where's the creativity? All right. Also, the New York Jets couldn't even run the ball effectively against the Niners. Got manhandled up front there. Breece Hall really did not look like himself. He had some big mistakes. Breece Hall had 16 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown in the game. He had a big fumble to start the game, which led to a Niners field goal. And he also had a big drop on third down, too, that killed the Jets' drive. I remember we were talking about Braylon Allen all offseason, right? How great it was to have him. It's going to be thunder and lightning, Breece and Braylon. Oh, they're going to rip the league up. Braylon Allen had 1 carry for 8 yards in this game. And that was way later on in the game when he got that carry. The Jets offense also didn't have much time, right? Niners dominated time of possession. They had the Jets only had the ball for 21 minutes and 20 seconds. All right. I think that's the lowest amount of time any Aaron Rodgers-led team has had. Okay, that's the lowest amount of time he's ever had in a game with the ball on his side in his entire career. Okay, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he was 13-21, 167 yards throwing the football, had 1 TD, 1 pick. That pick was trying to get the ball to Garrett Wilson, a little bit too far inside, got tipped up by a Niner and then picked off. He wasn't bad, but you know, things just wasn't working out, especially, again, with the play calling being so shabby. I'm starting to wonder, right? Aaron Rodgers is really good, but I'm starting to wonder, is he still good enough to overcome how bad Nathaniel Hackett is? Y'all want to talk about that? Run, pass. Where's the creativity? Where's the plays where you find a way to get the ball in the hands of certain players? Where is that at? I'll tell you what, the Jets' offensive line looked great to me. It looked really, really good. Aaron wasn't pressured. He didn't get sacked a bunch or nothing like that. The offensive line stood up stout in the passing game. They couldn't open much up in the running game. But the Jets' offensive line looked really solid. Looked really solid. I have really high hopes for the Jets' offensive line. They look good. I think they only gave up like 1 sack. So I really, really, hopefully everybody stays healthy, but I like the way the Jets' offensive line looked. Allen Lazard also led the New York Jets on receiving yards. He had 6 catches for 89 yards, had a big drop to start the game on on third down that killed the Jets' drive early. I think it was Aaron Rodgers' first pass of the night went to Allen Lazard, and he dropped it. So, but he was able to recover, got a big play on a play that there was a flag up, and it was a free play. He ran down the field on a vertical. Aaron Rodgers found him. He also got a touchdown later on as well to get those 2 TDs. So Allen Lazard, rebounded. Maybe this is something that we're seeing where he's turning things around. We'll see. Garrett Wilson looked phenomenal to me. 6 catches, 60 yards. We just got to continue to find ways to try to get him the football. We know teams are going to lock in on him this year. Like listen, the jig is up, okay? The jig is up, okay? Everybody knows that Garrett Wilson is really good. And they are going to bracket him and double him all year, okay? We saw it with the Niners. There were things they were doing, shading coverage towards his way. So I want to see, what happens as the year continues on and our offense hopefully evolves to where, we're finding ways to move Garrett around and consistently get him the football. But I thought that Garrett Wilson looked really solid. Okay. Now listen here. I want to say this to start off. It's week 1, or it was week 1. I'm not panicking. Okay. I am not panicking. We'll hear from people tonight. Again, the number to call in is 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I am taking all callers. I'm not panicking. It's one loss. Okay. It's one loss. I'm not panicking. But there are things that need to be cleaned up going forward. Okay. Things that we cannot have. Okay. And again, that's the 49ers. That's a Super Bowl contending team. Everybody's talking. They probably are going to end up in the Super Bowl this year. No doubts. Okay. So it's Monday night. We swing West Coast, take a tough loss. Okay. But I'm not panicking. Okay. I'm not panicking. I know there's Jets fans that are, but I am not. Okay. But there's things that need to be corrected. Tackling, where the adjustments defensively, just things need to be fixed. Offensively, hey, can we get a bit less predictable? Okay. Hey, where's Mike Williams in this offense? He didn't have no catches. What about Malachi Corley? Anybody seen him? Like, where the usage? Braylon Allen, only one carry. Like, what's going on with the personnel usage? Okay. What's going on with that? I want to know. All right. Of course, we got the Titans coming up as well. I know a lot of people calling this a must-win. I'm not saying it's a must-win, but I know some people are calling it that. 917, I'll be coming to you. Hold on. Rusty, I see you as well. Hold on, everybody, really quickly. All right? I'm not calling it a must-win, but, again, adjustments need to be made, okay? They got to – you're going on the road to a Tennessee Titans team, and I know a lot of people are looking at them like, oh, they're scrubs. Listen, you better take these guys seriously, okay? Everybody needs to be taken seriously because, I'm not saying it's a must-win, but this can go a long way in, building that, building that momentum. Okay. It can go a long way in building that momentum. All right. So, I'm looking at it. I'm saying, hey, the defense needs to make adjustments. The pass rush must be better against Will Levis. Tony Pollard, we need to watch him. This is a guy that can get out the backfield, catch the football as well. He can run. Okay. Jets offense, we got to get up early, baby. We got to put our foot on their necks early. Get up early, get rolling, and take their crowd out of it. Run the ball much better. Breece Hall got to get rolling. Braylon Allen, get him the football as well. We got to protect Aaron Rodgers. Listen, Landry, Key, Simmons, those guys can get after it. You got to get it together. All right? Let's get the ball to Garrett Wilson. Let's start implementing Mike Williams. What's going on there with him? Okay? All right? Allen Lazard, what's going on? Is he really turning things around? We will see. And I also want to see us get after the tight ends as well. Jamal Adams is also on the Tennessee Titans for you, those of you that may not know. Hey, listen, we better target him every single time in pass protection. Okay, every single time. He better be targeted. All right, because he stinks in the pass game. Excuse me. So, yeah, we need to make it happen, and hopefully we get back on the road against these Titans. And we're gonna get to the lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I am taking all callers. Okay. Again, everybody be patient. We're gonna get to everybody tonight. We're gonna continue to talk about a lot of different things that are going on with this football team and everything that's happening. So we're going to get to the lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Okay. Please give the stream a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. All right. Also, please share the content across your social media with your friends and family. 917, I'm coming to you next. Okay. Man, oh man. It's a little crazy. But again, I'm not panicking. Okay. I am not panicking. I know some people are. I am not panicking. Okay. I'm not panicking. For those of y'all that are, I am not panicking. I'm going to keep saying that because there's a lot of Jets fans that they're at their wits' end here. Okay. At their wits' end. Okay. So, please, again, give the stream a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know and get involved. We're getting to the lines again. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. First caller, I believe this is JJ. JJ, we're coming directly to you, okay? JJ, we're coming directly to you. JJ, salutes and respect. Good to hear from you again. For those of you that do not know, okay? Listen, this man JJ, he comes with the fire, and he's a savage. Savage! JJ, salutes and respect, man. Give me your thoughts on what you saw from the Jets against the San Francisco 49ers, man. How'd you feel about the Jets taking that tough loss?
What's good, my man?
What's
How's
going
everything, man?
on? I'm going on. What's happening with you, man?
Listen, man, just the run defense. I mean, it didn't give us a chance to win. You know,
man.
when you watch the game, you know, when I watched it again, unfortunately, you just see the D-line is just, they're way too small. It looks like they were, you know, high schoolers. They don't have a real big boy up there. They have, you know, they lost some key run stoppers in the off season, either through trade or Woods. I believe he tore his Achilles, I believe. And yeah, those guys might have not been flashy players. You know, they weren't getting, you know, 12 sacks or anything, but they were keys, stopping the run, and we didn't find any replacement run stoppers. And you just saw how small we are up there, and to me, it's a huge, huge issue. I just don't see where it gets better. Even if Huff comes back, he's not, you know, he's not a run stuffer. He's not bad versus the run, but he's not a run stuffer. So to me right now, I know it's just after one game, but to me that's the clear major issue, biggest issue right now. My concerns, I just don't know how it gets better.
Yeah. I mean,
way too small.
Yeah, the guy that I was looking at, like you said as well, I remember Al Woods was here. He was like our run stopper again before he got hurt.
Right.
But here we are now this year, and we've got a bunch of undrafted free agent guys that we were all excited about. They made the roster.
Exactly.
You know, tackles here as well. But there's a guy, Lakey Fotu, that ended up getting injured. I don't know if anybody remembers him, but he was the guy that we signed in free agency, right? So he's dealing with a hamstring injury. He's on IR. Now, one of the things that he does well is stop the run, but his presence clearly is being missed, as we see, because he's on IR. So maybe it gets better then. But I also think that schematically there's things that Robert Saleh can do. When you look at what we did against the Niners, the way that those defensive linemen were lining up, our defensive linemen were lining up, even on four-man rushes, the lanes were so wide, it was insane. It was like we were almost asking them to run into these voids with, like, there was, you know, it was so much space in between, you know, our defensive linemen. It was like, hey, here you go, easy, especially with the physicality of the Niners line, Trent Williams and all those guys they got up front. We just allowed them to run into these voids along our defensive line, and they just ate it up. It was just like, okay, hey, you want to give it to us? Well, you know, thank you for your time, and we're going to go ahead and take care of business.
Here's 8 yards.
Yeah, that's
take 8 yards.
Yeah, it was wild. But you know what else, JJ, that kind of stunned me? Or not really, I mean, it did stun me, was the lack of pass rush. The fact that we weren't able to get to Brock Purdy much at all in any games. And again, I've been told all season that Hassan Reddick's not important, and if he doesn't want to sign, that's fine. We'll move on without him. He's just a guy that takes us over the top. But the fact that we only got 2 sacks on Purdy, and he had all night, most of the game, to just throw the football,
and I think
that's got to be concerning, right, JJ?
Oh, yeah, big time. And one of the sacks, I believe one was from Sauce and one was from, and I don't think it was a defensive lineman. So
I think it was Tony Adams was the other one.
Cover sack. Oh, right. So those are more like cover sacks than like getting pressure, you know. And Jermaine Johnson was nowhere to be found. I know he was going up against, you know, a beast in Trent Williams for, you know, most of the games, at least certain parts of the game. So he cut him a little slack. You know, I know it was Trent held out, but he's still a beast. You know, he's still one of the best. But yeah, you can't have no pressure and not be able to stop the run. You're not going to give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, I just don't, unless some of these guys on the D-line gain 40 pounds by Sunday, you know, I just hope it's not you know, I hope it's just not a replay of versus Tennessee. You know, they have a pretty tough O-line, I believe. You know what, also real quick, one of my concerns also was,
go ahead.
If you spoke to most of the 49ers fan base, they would have told you starting the season that the O-line was probably their biggest concern. So to me, that you know, rings flags for me. you know, that really even concerns me even more. Because, like, if that was their main concern for the fan base, and they did that to us, you know, what happens when we play, you know, whoever, any team, I feel like, who has a physical O-line, you know, a top O-line, I just think it's going to be similar to that, unless, like you said, we find the right scheme, or we find a couple, you know, big boys or whatnot. You know, something's going to have to change, because we're just too small up front, way too small. It's glaring when you watch it again. I was like, yeah, you're just getting pushed back, or like it's almost like they weren't even there, to be honest.
Now, and again, JJ, you're getting some great takes here, and I want to get your thoughts on this.
Appreciate
when you watch what happened, and you watched it twice against, you know, what happened with the Jets against the Niners, the fact that we couldn't get to Purdy.
Right.
Do you think that this puts pressure on the New York Jets to get a deal done or get something done with Hassan Riddick to end his holdout so he can come and help us? Because, I mean, you look at that game, there wasn't much pressure at all. So do you think this adds pressure and heat to Joe Douglas in the front office to get something done?
I would think so. I think that right now I'd say no, just because they can say, hey, it was San Francisco. You know, you lose to Tennessee Sunday, then it's like, okay, panic. You know, Reddick, here's a blank check. You know, like, I think if we struggle with Tennessee, or say we're 1-2, because the schedule I was looking at, it's a very light schedule, very light schedule. So even if we're, you know, we have a 4 or 2. Like, I think we should still be okay. Just looking, you know, obviously you don't know schedule record based off last year. Certain teams could be better than you expect, you know, but schedule, we should be, you know, if we can win some of these games coming up, the Denver, Tennessee, the Patriots, I know they had a big win week 1, but these are some winnable games. If we are what we think we are, there's no reason we shouldn't at least be 3-2 at minimum.
Okay.
I think we should be able to go on a run. And real quick on the offense, I agree with what you said, that the O-line pass blocking, I thought it was really good also. I thought it was, I thought they did a really nice job. So, but again, like you said, I agree with you as well, that they didn't get much push in the run game, unfortunately. So that disappointed me a little bit. They weren't creating many holes at all for Brees. So I would like to see that improve, but the pass blocking did impress me. That's probably one of my main bright spots from week 1. The pass protection I thought was impressive. It wasn't perfect, but I thought it was definitely very solid. Definitely.
So my final question for you: what are your 3 keys to victory for the Jets against the Titans? What are 3 things the Jets must do to get a victory?
I would say, 1, be careful with the Titans quarterback, Levis. He can move a little bit in the pocket. He has some scrambling ability. So I would say be a little careful with that. I know they have Hopkins, but he's kind of not the same anymore. DeAndre Hopkins is a little banged up too. So I think, and we gotta get the run game going, man. We have to create more running lanes for Brees. And then, pressure. We got to get pressure.
Yeah.
The D-lines, they got to step up. They got to have a bounce-back effort. And I think they will. I think Jermaine will have a much better game. I think Quinnen will step up. He was a little silent for most of the night. But I think the D-line will – I think guys like Jermaine and Quinnen will step up versus Tennessee.
Oh, listen. Give me your final score prediction, JJ. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses between the Jets and Titans?
All right. I'm going 23-14 Jets.
Okay.
That's the first win of the season.
All right, let's go. Listen, JJ, I gotta slide off. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, man. Listen, man, I'm hearing it. I'm listening to everybody. Okay, I'm not panicking. I'm just saying, you gotta make the adjustment. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. I see y'all in the building. Okay, Outlaw, Bree, I see you. Christopher Cancel, Adrian, salutes. Adrian Gutierrez says the problem is other teams are going to follow this blueprint to beat the Jets. Adrian's talking that talk. He also says the Jets defense was 25th against the run, and losing Huff and John Franklin Myers is huge, and they brought no one in to fill those shoes. Mr. Gutierrez talking that talk. Okay. He also said the defensive line got no push, no penetration. That's the problem. The running back got 5 yards before any contact. He also goes on to say that the Jets need Reddick. He said Purdy had a picnic in the pocket. Oof. I'm just listening. I'm just asking everybody. Salutes to the Savages. Listen, keep putting your thoughts in the chat. Okay, I'm going to come to y'all. Questions, comments. I come to the Savages in the chat. All right. Don't get too spicy with the language in there. Okay. This is YouTube. But I will come to you in the chat, and I will, let your thoughts be known as well in the program. Okay. We'll keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next. I'm going to Rusty, man. Rusty, I'm coming directly to you. Mike, new callers as well. Hold on. We'll be coming to you next. But I got to get to Rusty, man. I know he's got some takes. For those of you that do not know Rusty, he's a savage. Savage! Rusty salutes. Rusty, the Jets got their keisters kicked.
You're nice about it, brother.
Oh, man. Yeah, they got their keisters kicked against the 49ers, 32-19. Man, we struggled to stop the run. Like, couldn't get to Purdy defensively. Our defense folding, to me, was the biggest surprise going up against the Niners. Man, what were your thoughts about it?
Well, I just gotta ask you a question quick. Does it sound like broken up when I talk? Or no,
you sound fine. You sound perfect.
Oh, okay. No doubt. Yeah, it was just a mess all around. I'm glad that we went down there on that drive, and Rodgers did his thing, and that's another thing that's swiped off. But oh boy. Our run defense is like, okay, we what was it, the past 2 years can't stop the run really, and then screens killed us. Now it's absolutely the run, and we need Imodium because we got the runs. It's crazy, man. It's never ending.
And you know what?
And a quick shout out to you and your USC too for getting that goose egg on Utah State. 40. I mean, it's not 56-0, but it's good that you got 48-0. But it's good.
Okay, we'll get into that later. We'll get into that later because y'all already know. Okay, we'll get into that later. But here's the deal. We're going to stay with the Jets for a little bit because we already know where that's going, all right? Listen,
absolutely.
I hear what you're saying. But for me, what was surprising, it was like, it wasn't Christian McCaffrey that did it. He wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
It was, Mason carving us up for 147 and a touchdown. And to watch not only them be able to run the ball, Rusty, but the physicality that they ran with. The fact that it was literally in between the tackles. It wasn't some McTrickery, which they can do, right? We've seen all the trick plays. It wasn't none of that. It was, we're coming out, we're running in between the tackles, we're more physical than you, we're going to impose our will upon you, and they did just that over and over and over and over again. And there seemed to be no answer. There seemed to be no answer adjustment-wise from Sulla and his defense or Ulbrich. They just got beat up constantly. And then again, the missed tackles, right? The undisciplined play, the missed tackles.
That's
all over.
The issue.
It was stunning to me. And that I want to ask you about that. What were your thoughts about Sulla not making those adjustments? Him and Ulbrich not handling business the way that we hoped that they would against this Niner team, which they know extremely well. I mean, how do you feel about that? The lack of adjustments defensively?
I think it's 25% Salah, and I think the other is 75% Ulbrich. And he, it's funny how we give him. I shouldn't say it's funny. It's good that we give him credit where it's due. But like Ulbrich, he's not always there for it, man. And, Salah's taken a lot of that thing and preps, him well with the defense or preps the defense well. Remember, this is the first year to where Salah's like, all right, I'm doing the 50-50 with the offense. This is on you, Ulbrich. And then, doing the other half with Hackett, to where, you know, Ulbrich is doing that 75% of the work prepping the guys, and Salah's doing 25 and 25 like a real coach, and the other 25 on special teams, and the other, you know, 25 on the clock and the other things, which is, you know, is what it is. But I think it solely falls mostly on Ulbrich with that defense.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
You know, Salah can't be – he is a head coach. You know, the man can't be everywhere. And everyone's stretching him out thin. And the same thing with JD.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and if there's any team that should know the 49ers, it's – again, it sounds, you know, crazy for me to say that it's 75% Ulbrich and 25% Salah, but they both come from the same, you know, that same cloth. And I don't know, they really got to – it was poor execution, and I think, honestly, it sounds crazy also, I think we took the 49ers lightly, to where if that's happening with Tennessee, we better beat the bricks off of Tennessee.
Cool,
that's all I have to, like –
oh, baby.
There better be it better be a statement game to be in, like, all right, gentlemen, you know, we don't have Riddick. We should have signed Huff again, but, you know, whatever. Can't live in the past, even though I do and we all do. But it's a thing, and I think we got to bring up them rookies that we signed, those UDFAs. You know, why were they not, you know, in at all, or just not even dressed? How is that? You're going to have these young men taking crucial roster spots, not sign Reddick, which as far as I'm concerned, we're going to be trading him anyway. It's just a game at this point. Like, it really is.
But
I saw it from the get-go, same with you.
Can you afford it, though?
I think we are.
For Joe Douglas, to this point, has come out and said that he's not going to do that. We'll see if he changes, and you could be right, Rusty. I'm not going to – maybe that changes the upcoming weeks. But can you afford to do that?
I think it would be to an NFC team, not an AFC. Oh, I'm sorry, but
I hear you.
Sorry.
But can you afford to do that when you look at what happened against the Niners? If we're talking about winning a Super Bowl, if that's what we're talking about, and you said it yourself, it's Super Bowl or bust. There's other Jets fans that called in as well that said if the Jets don't win a Super Bowl or at least get to the AFC Championships, everybody needs to be fired, which literally means we're starting over from everything. So to compete against those teams, like the Niners and the Ravens and all these other teams that's going to be, you know, in the playoffs, if you really want to get there, you need Hassan Reddick because you don't have a pass rush without him. I'm sorry. We saw it. I'm not making knee-jerk
that we need.
I'm not making knee-jerk statements. I'm telling you, we saw it. Because this is the upper echelon teams that we're going to be facing. You're not going to play, whoever the bottom. Yeah, you're not going to play these bottom-feeding teams. If you cannot generate a pass rush, we saw Brock Purdy find Justin Juszczyk for a 34-yard bomb. You'll have, man, can you imagine who Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen is going to find for a 50? Like, come on. Go get it done because you've already made this bed. And I'm going to give you the final word on this. You've already made your bed by trading for him. You already did this. Like you had all the warning signs along the way when he first off from the contract negotiations, from him being available in the first place, to then you offering him a contract during the negotiations and him turning it down, to you then you still made the trade. You knew the whole time. You were warned from day one. Everybody in the league knew he's only available because the Eagles do not want to deal with him and his contract demands. You made your bed, lie in it, get a deal done. Because if you don't, baby, let me tell you something. You're gonna get cooked. You're gonna get cooked. And we saw it. We saw it. I'll give you the final word on that topic, Rusty. Go ahead.
You don't know that, but I think it was like sort of in a way like JD was trying to play like 3D or 5D chess in a sense. And just hear me out real quick on that.
Yeah, I'm listening.
To where I think there was somebody in our division that was willing to go for Riddick, but maybe give a fourth and then give him the money, to where we sort of ran that block in. I'll just keep it light, to where we already lost Huff, which is just we could have got him on the cheap 2 years ago or last year, but whatever. So I think that because the Eagles were not willing to trade him, but Huff wanted top dollar, and there was other teams getting top dollar to where the Eagles didn't want to trade with those teams. So I think people were doing like 4th round, 5th round picks to where JD came in and said, all right, we'll give you a 3rd, and blocked out maybe the Fish or the Hillbillies or the Patriots. And so with that, I think he was like, all right, if we do that, then I guess we can negotiate, or thought that he would, to where now it's backfiring. But it is such
Rusty,
a.
I think if he did that,
we're screwed.
I think
in
if
that
he did
sense,
that,
but
I think if he did that, that sounds even crazier for him to do that.
It does,
because
but I think that's what happened. But I think it backfired ultimately.
Well, I tell you, he's
obviously
he's playing with fire. Like he is. We all know if he don't get it done, you won't have to worry about another contract signing, trading, or a draft because you're gonna get fired. It's been made very clear.
Yeah,
he should have.
Unfortunately,
if you were not willing to give Haason Reddick what he wanted, you never should have traded for him, because Bryce Huff was there. And I tell you what, the Eagles,
that was the domino.
The Eagles themselves were like, I'm pretty sure their eyes got so big once free agency hit and he was really available. We all know, allegedly, they tampered. Allegedly, there's allegations allegedly that they tampered to get him.
They definitely did.
He signed so
Their
fast with the Eagles.
Their favorite meal is horse doo-doo. Of course they tampered.
Yeah, man, he signed with the Eagles so fast it was insane. It was insane. So when you have what you have on the table, when we all know you're in the hot seat, and if you don't get it done and you let the team's best pass rusher out the door, and then you acquire one of the best pass rushers in the league in Haason Reddick, but you want to play these games with the contract, they should have got that done. They should have got that done, because now we are, and we're dealing, and we're trying to play these upper echelon teams, and if we don't get no pass rush, they're going to roast us. They're absolutely going to roast us. And I want to move forward to the Titans game really quickly with you, Rusty. I'll give you the last word on that, but I got to get to these Titans games with you because we got a lot of callers.
No.
Listen, you look at this Titans game. Do you think that this will be the game where we'll be able to get some pressure on a quarterback here? Because Will Levis is their starter. Do you think we'll be able to get to him in this game?
Well, we better do some stuff. I mean, as a Jet fan, I'd say yeah, but as a realist, it's a 50-50 at this point, seriously, because the only person that, honestly, the 49ers had on their offensive line, they just signed, last week? Their offensive line should have been Swiss cheese, but they look like the Dallas Cowboys offensive line of the freaking 90s. You know what I mean? They look like the Great Wall. So I don't know. They better run into Tennessee and put a thumping on them, and it just makes me nervous in that sense, because Levis, as terrible as a quarterback he is, that kid has actually wheels.
Yeah, he can move.
He can run out of the pocket, and we better do something. Yeah. They better come up with QB spies, game plan. Tackling, for God's sakes, it's tackle football. Yeah. Like, really? And you're in the NFL? Like, we didn't even get away with this type of, when we were in Pee Wee football, we'd have our head coaches, grabbing us by the face mask, being like, oh, no, you don't care about your parents. Yep. Throw you off to the sideline, and they let the kid that picks his nose play because at least he'd, try, It's crazy. I'm sorry for the kids that pick their nose, but it's real.
Rusty, give me your final score prediction. Jets, Titans. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? What do you think happens, man?
I think it's going to be a tight one, man. Honestly, I see a 21-20 us. It's going to be one of those weird types of games. Yeah. But I see it 21-20.
Listen, Rusty taking the Jets, man. You taking the Jets, so
better, man, because our schedule is brutal. Mm-hmm. I respect that last caller, JJ. He was correct on that it's sort of light, but it's brutal on how many games we have packed in. Mm-hmm. We have a Monday night game and a Thursday night game. So realistically, and I'm just keeping it short with those.
Yeah.
So we have 8 games in like 5 weeks. Then after that, it's like another set. So though they aren't as brutal, they're jam-packed to where the guys can't rest.
Yep.
So it's a elbow, let's go. You know, like,
we got to handle business, man. We got to handle business. Before I let you up out of here, listen, let me let you know, okay? USC takes care of business, all right? When you get Utah State, did you even think you were going to have a chance? Because if you thought you did, you was dead wrong.
Western Michigan, you think you'd get a chance?
I mean, I'm serious.
Well, I congratulate you on the 48-0, but it's not 56-0.
What more do you want from me?
What more do you want from me?
What do you want?
56-0. Put up 56. Why not?
Fight on.
You're part of
Rusty,
the Big Ten.
fight
You're not
on.
part of the Pac-12 anymore.
Fight on,
You
Rusty.
better beat Michigan, fam.
Fight on,
You better
Rusty.
beat Michigan. I want to see you in the Big Ten championship.
Fight on, Rusty. Fight on, okay? Fight on. You have yourself a good night. Next time I have a show,
Ohio
Rusty, I want to hear
State.
from you, man.
We'll let you know, fam.
All right, have a good one. Listen, man, you know, I got love for Rusty, but just know, okay, it's SC over here. Fight on, fight on. Okay, we're Trojan men. Okay, I love the Jets. I got a lot of the Ohio State fans that call in and blah 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 blah. All right, Utah State, you're just a sacrificial lamb. 48 on you. Have a good night. What were you thinking? Okay? Don't ever step up to SC. Okay? Don't do that. You think you can beat us? You're smoking crack.
You're smoking crack. Stop.
You got to stop. Okay? At some point. We're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're talking about the Jets tonight. All right? Lost to the Niners, but hopefully we get a win against the Titans. Okay? And if you want to talk SC, we can talk that too. Fight on. Okay? Now we're going to get to Mike. We're coming to Mike. Val, you'll be next. Sit tight. We're going to talk to Val. New callers, hold on, but we got to get to Mike here. Okay? For those of you that do not know, Mike, man, this guy knows what's up. He knows what's up, and let me tell you something else. This man is a pure savage. Savage! Salutes to you, Mike. The Jets couldn't stop the run against the Niners. No McCaffrey, but Mason completely destroyed us, 147 yards on the ground. Very physical in between the tackles. What are your thoughts about what you saw from the Jets defense against the Niners, Mike?
I thought they should play it in preseason. They're
Talk about that, Mike. Go ahead. I want to
praised-
hear it. Talk about that, Mike. Go ahead. Yeah.
They were praising how they had a schedule where they had the most tough training camp, blah, blah, blah. Now, play the game. Play the game. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing came across again. No adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
No adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
They're going off tackle the opposite way, and the guy's busting it. 20 yards, blah, blah, blah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I could play that in Madden and stop that in 2 plays.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. And the physicality, the fact that they were running in between the tackles consistently against the Jets was mind-blowing. But again, another thing that really, started to shock me as well was the lack of pass rush on Purdy. Only 2 sacks on the night. He had all day long to throw the football. Even though we were sending 4-man rushes, he still had a ton of time to throw the ball. And I want to ask you this, Mike. Does this put pressure on the Jets to make sure that the Hassan Riddick situation gets cleared up and he gets on the field?
Oh, definitely. It definitely does. But they should have had, blitzes going on. You knew they were going to do a 3-step drop and throw. And you got to make adjustments. I don't understand this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go for Riddick. I think they're gonna trade him because I don't think he's gonna sign. I really don't. I don't understand what's wrong with this guy. Because when we traded for him, we don't know what happened behind the lines, everything. But he probably said I'll come here, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's so weird right now. It's like, why would you hold out for $800,000 a game?
Mm-hmm.
You lost $5 million, and now you're losing $800,000 a game.
Mm-hmm.
There's something weird. There's something weird going on.
I mean, I don't think it's weird. You look at Hassan Riddick. Hassan Riddick wants a contract. He knows, or he believes. I believe he believes on his side this could be the end of it, right? Which again, he's 30. He has the right to, players look out for themselves. He also knows that he has a skill. He has a skill that is, absolutely relished in the league. He's a pass rusher. He knows that he's gonna get paid. Von Miller got $100 million deal from the Bills, and he was 33 when he got that. So everybody just acting like you can't get paid after a certain age. That's not true, especially not when you're a top end pass rusher like he is. I mean, we've seen other pass rushers throughout the year. I remember Fowler for years was getting $14, $15 million contracts, 1-year deals, late in free agency throughout the end of his career. So he knows he can get paid if he goes to somewhere else. He's not worried about getting paid. He probably doesn't really care, again, if the Jets sign him, cool. If they don't and they send him somewhere else, whatever. He's worried about making sure that he's financially squared away and straight. And the Eagles knew that. And they said, hey, we don't want to deal with this situation. And that's why he was even available in the first place. I want to see the Jets at this point get something done with him because, and I hear people saying that they're going to trade him, and they very well could. I get that. But if you lose Hassan Riddick, where's your pass rush coming from? Because I think he's way more valuable than a lot of Jets fans were believing he was, especially during the offseason. After this Niners game, you see we play these upper echelon teams, and when we can't get pressure on them, Mike, you see what happens to us. Well, the playoffs are full of these upper echelon teams, full of them. The Super Bowl, the path to the Super Bowl is full of, 49er-like teams that we have to get it done against. And if we can't get to them, we're going to be in bad shape. Give me your thoughts, Mike.
But it's only one game. It's only one game. We got 16 more to go. If he don't want to play, hey, whatever. But next man up.
No,
let's play. Let Tack come in. McGregor, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they can do. If they're not going to do it, and then this is what I would say too is blitz a little more, show a little more blitz because they have not done that.
I mean, we'll see going forward. I don't know if they're going to have to find some way to generate pressure. I mean, that's what Rex used to do. A lot of exotic blitzes from different spots, and that's how he was getting pressure. So maybe Sulla does need to make that adjustment, but we got to find some way to get some pressure on QBs because if we don't, it's going to be a long day. Give me your thoughts on what you saw from Breece Hall, Mike, because there's a lot of people that, weren't talking too much about him, but the Jets did struggle to run the football. He had a big fumble, a drop on third down as well to kill the drive. How'd you feel about what you saw from Breece in the first game against the 49ers?
Well, they were putting 8 guys in a box off the get-go, and the one that got punched out, that Breece Hall never fumbles. You know what I'm saying? But once they did that, they should have went to play action off the get-go, and then she went pass to set up the run. That's what she's done. The biggest thing was that killed me was when Lazard dropped that wide open pass.
Yep.
Third down.
Yep.
On the first play.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me, But they have to adjust. Mm-hmm. If they're gonna load the box.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be like, prove me wrong. So now give Aaron Rodgers, boom, 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 boom. They were doing it so much with Garrett Wilson. He had 5 catches. He's like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
It's like just do it, man. But they didn't. Mike Williams didn't play at all. Corley didn't play at all. They didn't give the ball to Gibson, the tight end. I was like, come on, man. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Paul Hackett.
Yeah. It was rough. Now moving forward to this Titans game, Mike, Give me 3 keys of victory for the Jets, man. What do you think they have to do to ensure that they get a victory over these Titans, man?
You had to establish the run, that sets up the play action, right? And then we could just pass, and then on the defense, stop the run. That's it. Bang, 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 we win. I'm gonna say 28-14 win, Jets.
Okay, 28-14. He's taking the Jets. Let's go. Listen, Mike, next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
All right, Joe. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one. Listen, Mike, come in talking that talk, man. A lot of people saying, hey, it's just, one game, but we've seen this in the past when the Jets struggle to get edge pressure. It's a long day, baby. It's a long day. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I'm taking all callers. Val, we're coming to you next. Sit tight. GVH in the chat salutes. He says Suller and Brick got to be willing to experiment with their scheme a bit to make up for run defense. We don't have it. 1 second. He says we don't have it up front, and teams will exploit that. He also says Suller and Brick prove that they can tweak secondary when we lost corners versus Philly last year. That's a fact, and we beat them too. He also says that they're too stubborn, and smart coaches like Kyle Reed will attack that. That's facts. That's facts. Salutes to GVH in the chat. They've got to make that adjustment. Got to make that adjustment, man. Got to make that adjustment. I'm looking around, man, and I'm wondering what's going on. Okay? What's going on? Ron P. salutes to you. Ron P. says we have tier 1 players that we built from the ground up. If anything, pay those players. I hope so. We got Michael Carter II paid. Hopefully, we get it done here. We gotta finish up this. We gotta finish games better, man. We gotta finish games better. We got a whole season in front of us, and we gotta attack this, man. We got to attack this. All right. Salutes to Adrian. He says the Jets should have never traded Huff. Gave up too much leverage to Riddick. That's on Joe Douglas. He messed up. Yeah. He also got rid of John Franklin Myers as well for a turkey sandwich. And now we're sitting here wondering what's going on, man. Jets got to get it together. We're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Okay. I'll come to the Savages in the chat as well. Okay. Please be patient. I will read your comments and go back and forth with you, but I'm one man. We got callers as well. We get to everybody. All right. Next. We're getting to Val. Val, we're coming directly to you. We're going to Val. Listen, for those of you that do not know Val, he's a savage. Savage. Val, salutes and respect to you, man. Listen, Jets get their keisters kicked, bro. 32-19. What are your thoughts about this loss to the 49ers?
Man, oh, man. Salute to all the Savages. Salute to Joe, man. And, Joe, you have, like, a little statically coming from your side and stuff.
Is it?
I don't know if anybody else heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, from the phone side, not YouTube.
Okay.
So, but I could deal with it.
Okay.
But
that's
how
okay.
I felt about this game.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
first off, thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
for telling me that as well. But go ahead.
Oh, no problem. It's a little staticky, yeah. But how I felt about this game, it just felt like I was watching JV versus varsity. That's basically how it seemed like, man. I couldn't believe that I was watching our defense literally could not tackle nobody. I seen Quentin Williams missing tackles. I seen Jermaine Johnson missing tackles. I seen Will McDonald missing tackles. And I was just like, what am I watching right now? I couldn't believe this. Like, this was like, defense is supposed to be our strength. I'm thinking that this was going to be like a defensive game. This was going to be like a heavy knocker, you know. And again, it just felt like Salah got outcoached again. And I'm like, you've been with this guy for so long. Like, how you don't know this guy's plays and everything? And this is very concerning because if you really want to make it to a Super Bowl, you want to make it to go far, in the playoffs. And again, this is not to panic or anything like that, but coaches really got to step up if they really want to make it to, to go further, because it seemed like the 49ers was just playing games with us defensively and offensively as well, too, because they were just stacking the box. I can understand the offensive side, Aaron Rodgers, he hasn't played like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, and just a side note, it just felt so great watching a quarterback that can actually throw the ball.
Yeah.
And even Tyrod Taylor, he actually threw the ball as well, too. The double coverage was kind of crazy, I can't even lie. But I will say he definitely did good in his one possession, one series, and scoring that touchdown and everything like that. But I will say, it just felt like JV versus varsity. And they came with the plays. They actually looked like they wanted to win this game. And their offensive line looked really good as well, too, from the 49ers perspective. And for the Jets, I would say the offensive line, the pass protection was much
great.
better, way better than last year.
Yeah.
Much better last year. But the run protection was kind of questionable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I have questions about, because that has to be a lot more better. And, again, we did go against arguably the top defense, but I was hoping that we was going to be the top defense to show that, listen, we're here too,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how I took for this game. And also the side to side defense has to be better, like getting to the passes, because they was hitting us with a whole bunch of trickery plays.
Yep.
It was basically like, they was drawing up plays like for a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, these plays is actually really good. This is some coaching right here. And it just seemed like us, we were just super basic. Like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, we have to really come with it.
Val, it was run, pass for the Jets on offense. It was insane. Run, pass. Wild. It was wild. That was our – but I want to go back to the defense. Before I touch on the offense, I want to go back to the defense with you, because you gave us a lot of good stuff there. I was stunned by the missed tackles. I was stunned that they were running straight between the tackles on us, physical. I was stunned that even without McCaffrey, we gave up 147 yards to an undrafted free agent. I was stunned by those things. But the thing that I think I was probably more stunned by was the lack of pressure on Purdy. Okay? The lack of we've been talking about this all off season. We lost Huff. They moved on for him, didn't sign him, could have got him cheap, could have got him cheaper than what we're probably going to, if we end up signing Hassan Reddick to some type of extension, you definitely could have got him cheaper than what Hassan Reddick is asking for. We let him walk. He goes to the Eagles. We get Hassan Reddick. He's holding out. And you watch these games against this upper echelon team in the Niners that we all know is a Super Bowl, caliber team, and we struggle. We struggle to get to Purdy. He carves us up. Do you think that watching that game, right, after coming out of that game, now you're sitting, do you think that puts more pressure on the Jets to get the deal done with Hassan Reddick so that we can get some type of edge rush on a team?
And I'm going to answer this just like this, and absolutely. And I'm going to answer it just like this, Joe. Listen, this is exactly why, because everybody was like a little concerned. They was like, oh, Joe Douglas, he still hasn't got his extension. Everything you just said is exactly why he has not got his extension. It's a lot of listen. He's been one of the best GMs that we had in a long time, but this man makes a lot of mistakes, like a lot of bonehead mistakes. Like JFM, you could have definitely got him as well too. He said that he was willing to take a pay cut to stay here, and you got rid of him. And so it's just like, man, I understand that preseason they was looking good, but that's preseason. And I will say the defense, it was definitely terrible, and this definitely brings up a lot more pressure when it comes to getting Hassan Reddick that deal done, because we definitely need to get this guy in here. And I would say, it's probably not going to be done, of course, by this weekend, because it's only 2 more days, and then we're back to the Sunday game against the Tennessee Titans. So I will say, it's gonna really show this game if we can't give no pressure to the quarterback Levis or something like that. Levis.
Will Levis.
We gotta definitely get to these quarterbacks. Will Levis, yes, Will Levis. We really got to get to the quarterback and stuff, because this is, like I said, this is looking like the Adam Gase era when it came to the defense. We couldn't get to the quarterback. That's terrible.
Yeah. It was rough. It was
That
rough to watch.
terrible because this man Purdy was just sitting back there and just relaxing. You know, he could have just got a little tan, you know, as the sun was going down and everything.
Yes.
He was just basically just camping in the pocket.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, not saying he's Tom Brady, but he was looking like Tom Brady because we couldn't get to Tom Brady either because our pass rushing was so bad at that time when Tom Brady was playing. And it was just like, man, we got to get some pass rushers in here.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's basically how it looks like. Now, would we have won if Hassan Reddick was there? I don't think so, but I will say, you know, it would have definitely made a difference, and he would have been as comfortable as he was.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the double team would have happened too much on Quentin Williams as it was applied to him because they didn't have to worry about anybody else. And I really need Jermaine Johnson, and I need Will McDonald to really step up, man, because come on, man, this is year 3, year 2, and you really gotta, you know, showcase your talent. And I definitely need to see it in this Tennessee game.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, I'm telling you, I think the games, and we do play some other teams throughout this year. I think those games, if we can't get edge rush, it's really gonna highlight how, hey, you got to get something done with Hassan Reddick at some point. We'll see. Again, you know, the year's still rolling, it's still playing out. There's a lot of things that can happen, but like you said, our edge rushers got to step up, and something's got to get done.
And hold on.
Go ahead.
Are you a little concerned that? Oh yeah. Are you a little concerned that they should have played in the preseason a little bit because it seemed like they was a lot rusty. It seemed like they was out of shape a little bit.
You know, it
wasn't really keeping up with.
I said
go
that.
ahead, Joe.
Well, and that's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question, Val. I said that all off season. I remember
Aaron Rodgers.
even Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is a little rusty.
I said
Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, fumble. What is Breece Hall fumble?
I literally said all off season when the preseason was rolling up, I had shows and I said, listen, I think that they should play some series. I'm not saying play a whole half, I'm just saying let's get some. I literally said I want them to play in the preseason to build momentum for the season. Because if you try to figure things out and, you know, knock out all the cobwebs against the Niners, you're going to have – that's the last team you want to try to do that with. Because while you're trying to, you know, clean up the cobwebs, they're going to clean you up. I literally said that. It's on record.
This is a team that played together for a long time. This is a team that had played together for a long time. And we're a team that just got a lot of pieces together, and we're still trying to work out things and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, we had no time to really we really had to get out there and actually practice in the preseason.
Yeah.
Because if you looked at it, it kind of looked like the backups was kind of literally ready, and they looked like they was more in shape than the people than the starters. Because look how even though it was garbage time and stuff, but they did still have their defense out there, and we scored on the first drive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you could tell it was a little bit like they was more in shape than the actual pieces. And I did wanted to touch on this as well too. Berlin Allen. I'm like, come on, man, you have to use Berlin Allen as well too. If you
talk about
this is your guy that you wanted to be a powerhouse, get him involved, man. This is another thing about coaching. And again, that's what I'm saying. This is going back on Robert Saleh and Nathaniel Hackett.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to utilize your talent.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to do that. Like, if you're going to be this elite team and you want to make a run to the Super Bowl, I don't want to just make the playoffs. I want to get to the Super Bowl. I want this team in New Orleans. I want us to actually raise that trophy and actually get this win. We got to be a lot better than what we was, man. Like, this is not really, like I said, it is only week 1, but I want us to raise the level. We have to be much better than this. This team is way too talented on paper, but we got to show it on the field, Joe.
No, listen.
We have to show it on the field.
Val, you're talking that talking facts. I'm telling you, the adjustments need to be made. And I want to start talking to you about this Titans game, man, because you brought up a lot of great takes there. There's a lot of Jets fans that are saying that this Titans game is a must win. Me, myself, I'm saying I would like to see the Jets take a W, but it's week 2. I'm not calling this a must win. I feel like it's a little too early. But what are your thoughts on most Jets fans saying that this Titans game is a must win for the New York Jets?
I'm going to agree that this is a must-win. You know why? Because everybody went undefeated in our division, which was highly surprised. You have the Patriots beat the Bengals.
Yep.
Now, the Patriots was projected to be the worst team. Then you had the Dolphins. Of course, you know, they lost to – it was a division game, so, of course, somebody had to lose. But the Bills looking like they're not taking a step back or 2 steps back. They look like they took a step up again. So it's like we really have to get stuff together right away. We have to start winning games. We have to take each game as it is. We're not a team that is going to just just roll over and just be like, oh, yeah, we're going to win that game. No, we have to take every single game serious because, again, this is a team that just came together. We just got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hasn't played in 2 years. And you can see he was a little rusty on certain plays and stuff like that. Mike Williams, we still haven't got him involved. He was like a little decoy in the situation, but we got to get him involved. We have to get him acquired into the starting role as well too. But this is a must-win in my opinion as well too, because after this game we got to go against the Patriots. And again, the Patriots just beat the Bengals, and the Bengals got a whole load of weapons, even though T. Higgins didn't play. But we got to really step up. We can't take no games off or take no games for granted or anything. We're still not that team until we prove. We're good on paper, but we have to, again, prove it on the field, Joe.
Yeah. No, listen, you're talking facts. Before I let you go, Val, give me your 3 keys to victory for the New York Jets to get this W over the Titans.
Yes, sir. All right. So I will say the plays have to be a lot more better, and it cannot be predictable. That's number one.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett, that means you got to be doing your work this week. Number 2, penalties. Even though it wasn't too bad, but we still have to get that under control as well, too. And number 3, tackling. I don't even understand why this is a top 3, but for this team, for the Jets, I'm shocked that I have to say this, but tackling is a must. We have to get to the tackles, and we must get to the quarterback. So pass rushing has to be a lot more better.
Yeah.
And that's basically all I got to say for that, man. Those are the top 3s for me.
Give me your final score prediction, Jets, Titans. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
Okay, I think the Jets will win this game because they feel the pressure a little bit. They feel the seat getting a little warmer and stuff like that. Not too hot. Like I said, it is the beginning. But, you can see that everybody's, on them and everything. But I'm going to say this is going to be a 24-17. 24-17 or 24-14. Jets is going to win this game.
All right. Val, got to slide off. I got other callers. Thank you again for letting me know about Blog Talk, their cheeks. Thank you for letting me know about the issues there.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for calling in. You have a good night, man.
All right, man. You too, man. And everybody hit like, subscribe to Joe, and thank you for having me. And shout out to Alan Lazar for finally showing up from Green Bay. That's all I got to say.
Oh, my goodness, Val calling in, man. I apologize if y'all hearing a little static. It's Blog Talk. Blog Talk is trash. I apologize, okay? We're going to keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Savage is in the chat. I'll see you. I'll come back to y'all in a second. We got to keep getting to these lines. Next! We're going to Chris. Chris, I'm coming to you. Justin, you'll be next. Sit tight. Okay, new callers. Hold on. We're getting to everybody tonight. Listen, we have Chris coming on. For those of you that do not know, okay, Chris, this man's a savage. Savage! Chris, what's going on, man? What's going on? We got our Keisters kicked.
Good. What's up, brother?
We got our Keisters kicked by the Niners, man. 32-19. They ran all over the place. What's going on, man? What are your thoughts about that?
I think that, going in this game, you got an offensive coordinator that's very familiar with the defense.
Mm-hmm.
So you can expect Kyle Shanahan to know exactly what he's facing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shanahan. Yeah, you know exactly what he was facing. So I don't think that it was an indictment against them. They just knew a lot, the Jets schemes. They knew their stuff. And, I mean, I can say they were out-coached and out-schemed, but, I mean, Kyle Shanahan knows this defense, very well, just like the Jets know the Miami Dolphins offense.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I mean, I didn't expect the Jets to win that game. To be honest with you, I thought it was going to take us a little bit while to get up in the season and get our footing.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing is we did see the offense show some life.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is going to take care of itself. They got some great players in it.
No, listen, and Chris, I don't know if you got on a headset or something. You sound a little far away. If you could correct your situation, it'd be great. Listen, I hear, I hear exactly what you're saying. Like, and I get it. Kyle Shanahan, very familiar with Robert Saleh. They're great friends. He was over there for years, but Robert Saleh is also familiar with Kyle Shanahan. Where's the adjustments?
Right.
Where's the adjustments, man? Listen, there was no Christian McCaffrey. He was ruled out.
Right.
Jason Mason stepped in and gave the Jets 147 yards on the ground, straight between the tackles. Okay, play in and play out.
Mm-hmm.
Also got a touchdown. Where are the adjustments? Where are the blitzes? You see your pass rush is struggling. You put up a 4-man front that can't get to Bryce Purdy. Where's the pressure? Where are the adjustments? When do you start doing that? You're playing a Niners team that's a championship level team. Where are the adjustments when you're playing teams that are of that ilk? Nothing. There was no adjustments. Give me your thoughts, Chris.
You're right. And sometimes the defense doesn't play as good. Listen, I disagree with Val because I don't think next week is a must win. I think this team is still getting. I want to see the Jets play good at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I've seen all, the 10s and, the 9 and 8s and us being good and winning. I want to see us be dominant towards the end of the season. That's what I'm looking at.
Well,
I'm looking more for us to be dominated between the end of October, November, December.
No, listen. You better look. I hear you, Chris, but you better start. Listen, you got to start out hot, man. You got to. You better be dominant from the beginning of the season to the end.
But how many times?
Because if you don't finish things up and you don't put things together, you won't be playing for nothing towards the end of the season. Give me your thoughts.
I don't agree with that, man. Listen, how many times have the Jets won 8, 9 in a row, and then at the end of the year they lose 7 straight? You know what I'm saying? Let's be measured with. We've seen the team start off hot and be great during the week. Everybody's looking Super Bowl, and this team completely collapsed. Let's give this team a time.
But
let's give them
Chris, but that should not happen.
We got Aaron Rodgers back.
That should not happen with this team. This team is far too talented to not be dominant from the start to the end of the season. All those other times that you're talking about collapses and all this other stuff, Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro, we have Aaron Rodgers. You got Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. You got an entire, revamped, pretty much offensive line, right? You got 2 new tackles. You even got a great backup tackle that you drafted. That's going to be phenomenal. This defense is full of talent. This team needs to be dominant from jump. From jump.
Yeah,
you were talking about Super Bowl, Chris. You called in this offseason talking about the Jets need to do whatever. We need to win a Super Bowl. Then you need to be dominant, man. You need to be good. Look, even if we lose to the Jets, or even if we lose to the 49ers, okay, cool. But at least go in there and be competitive. Go in there and make that game a fight. When we played the Niners, it wasn't much of a fight, dude. And the thing to watch our defense buckle the way they did was insane. Because that's our calling card.
I forget the final score. What was it?
It was 32-19. They had 8 consecutive scoring drives. Field goal or touchdown.
But how many field goals was in the game?
They had 6. They kicked 6 of them.
The guy had like 4 field goals, right?
No, they kicked 6 field goals. Jake Moody was money. 6 for 6.
So my thing, wait a minute.
No.
There you go, right? We've seen this. Listen, you've been a Jet fan as long as I have.
Yeah.
You've seen this team give up 40, 51 points to Tom Brady and the Patriots and all these other teams, right? You've seen epic collapses. You know what I'm saying? And people are overreacting about this one first game of the season, man. And like I said, I look at this. I'm want to win like this. You told me I'm all in. I've called you and everything. I'm all in. But I'm not crazy to think if this team wins 3 in a row. Oh, we're going to Super Bowl. We feel good. Right?
I don't think anybody is saying that. I don't think anybody is saying that, Chris. What we're saying is,
I don't think the team is listening.
Listen, what people are saying, Chris, is that when you go up against teams like the Niners, of their ilk, if we're talking about winning a Super Bowl, like I've heard all offseason from every damn Jet fan that's called in here, okay? I even have Jets fans, and I love every last one of y'all. I've had Jets fans call in and say Super Bowl or bust. Hey, who do you think we're going to be facing in the playoffs? It's going to be teams like the Niners.
Right.
Okay? The playoffs is not filled with like scrubs, okay?
But
the playoffs aren't filled with 2-win teams. They're
agree
filled
with
with teams that are killers, that are coming to take your head off. In the playoffs, it is the lights are the brightest, and it's either kill or be killed. That's what it is. So you need to match that energy and intensity. I'll give you the final word.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Okay, this is what I'm telling you. You're absolutely right. Right? You're 100% right what you're saying. Let's just say this is the preview of the Super Bowl, right? Jets, this team is going to be better than they were at the end of the season, right? This team, if they fully play and they get played, this is the first time the offensive line has played together. We got some new additions on the defense time. Guaranteed, this team will be played better by the end. If this team plays better than they was other games, they will beat the 49ers. I'm looking at this long term. As long as they don't go 0-5, then I can understand. Oh, what's going on? Blah blah. But if they 2-3 or 3, I'm looking at this. And Aaron Rodgers has a thing. He turns it on at game 6 or 7, and then blows out the rest of the season and goes on to the Super Bowl. That's the history of this guy. He has to warm up. He doesn't play good in the first. But when the season goes on, Aaron Rodgers gets stronger. I have 100% confidence in this team. And I look at all of the Jet fans. You think we're going 16-0? It'd be great. 8-17-0, great. But I want this team, and like I said, playing good in October, November, December, January, February. I want this team playing better. And I think they are. I think a lot of these guys, and they played crappy. They didn't play good, but did they get completely stopped with 6 field goals? Yeah, they got beat. Yeah,
Chris,
good, but they didn't get stomped out like they did against the Patriots.
Oh no, Chris, we looked really bad against the Niners. We looked bad. Like you're trying to. I get it. 6 field goals. They roughed us up real bad. 8 consecutive scoring drives. We could not stop them. It looked bad. But give me your 3 keys to victory against the Titans. Jets got the Titans coming up. What are 3 things you think the Jets need to do to secure a W?
Aaron Rodgers finding other targets besides Garrett Wilson in the passing game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that using one criticism I could say about the last game, they didn't use Brandon Allen a little bit. He got 8 yards on 1 carry. I would have kept running him. But I think they should use Brandon Allen a little bit more to attack the defense and wear him down with a combination of Breece Hall. I think the defense playing better. I think Javon Kinlaw got his butt beat, but I think you're going to see Javon Kinlaw play better this week against the Titans defense. So I'm going to offense. So I think we're for a really good game. I think the Jets are going to fight. I think they're going to be very competitive, and I think we're in for a good game. I think the Jets. I did see some great things out of the pass rush. One of the guys, he did some pressures, but he didn't get the sack. But Will McDonald's doing good. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
Give me your final score prediction. Jets, Titans. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
I think it's a close one. I think it can go either way. I give it 21-19 at the Jets.
Okay.
I give it a really close win.
All right.
At the end.
Thank you for calling in, Chris. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. You always give us some good takes, man.
All right, bro.
All right. Listen, I'm not panicking, okay? I'm not jumping off the cliff. I'm not doing none of that. It's one game. But don't tell me that it's okay for the Jets to come out and look bad, especially with as much talent as this team has. Lil Balloon, I see you in the building. Salutes, okay? Listen, man, everybody, the schedule's so light and all such. Really? We got the Cardinals, the Colts later on this year, Seahawks, okay? Jaguars, Rams, Bills again. Like, everybody talking about, we can lose a bunch of games and we'll get stronger as the year goes on. You don't think other teams? Why doesn't that thought process apply to other teams too? Hello? Why doesn't that thought process apply to? So wouldn't theoretically, wouldn't that mean that other teams are getting stronger too as the year goes on? So you're getting stronger, but everybody else is getting weaker as you just build up L's. Listen, this is a tough loss, man. It's a tough loss. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I'm taking all callers. Okay. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. I will come to y'all. I see y'all. Lil Balloon. He's saying he's no longer a fan of football. We got fans from all over the place. He can't stand seeing Derrick Henry in another uniform. Well, that's the league, man. Salutes, Lil Balloon. Good to see you in the building. Adrian Gutierrez, Colin, I see you in the building. We'll get to y'all thoughts in a second. This is rough. Next, we're going to Justin. Justin, we're coming to you. 848-MAX. I'll come to you in a second. Well, we got to get to Justin. Justin, salutes. Welcome to the show, man. Jets got their keisters kicked by the 49ers, 32-19. What are your thoughts on what you saw from that game, man?
Man, before we get into it, I mean, I've been listening for the last 20 minutes. I mean, every loss matters. I mean, what was that last caller talking about? I mean, this is me at the end of the week, so I already took my medicine, and this is a calm, Justin. But to sit here and say that wasn't concerning, or at least something to keep an eye of, that's just blasphemy right now. Yeah. I did keep it 100 like I always do. I did not see that coming. We got our doors blown off, and you know what? It is what it is. So, hopefully, it's like going to the dentist. You got a messed up tooth. You got to tell the dentist, take this tooth out, and, hopefully you're good to go. So, you know what? I'm not jumping off a cliff like all these other fans, but to sit here and say that this game Sunday is not a must-win, it's a must-win Sunday, period.
Okay.
I don't care what anyone says. It's a must-win game. I don't care what anyone says. Okay. If you're a serious contender, like we're supposed to be, you stop the bleeding and you get on track. Whether we win 3-6, 3-2, I don't care. Just find a way to win the game Sunday. You know what the game plan is. It's not going to be rocket science. I mean, I think my sister knows, and she doesn't even watch the games. Tennessee is going to come out. They're going to try to run the ball down our throats.
Facts.
We couldn't stop it. Facts. And to single out anyone on the defense, you got people singling out Will McDonald. You got people singling out Quentin Williams. You got people, the last caller just mentioned, Javon Kinlaw. Let's just stop singling people out on the defensive line, because that was just a catastrophe all around. Whether it was the linebackers, the defensive line, the safeties, whatever you want to blame, the coaching. So let's just not single anyone out. That was a terrible performance, and let's just see how it looks Sunday, and then assess the situation from there. So I'm not panicking like everyone else is, saying, oh, blah, 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 same old Jets, but it's a must-win Sunday. We have to win this game no matter what, no matter what happens. To be honest with you, the defense was the part where I was the most upset about. It was supposed to be this quote-unquote elite defense. We all knew, well, not me. I said, all these people are going to be like, oh, week one, the offense has time to gel. No, the offense needs blah, 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 whatever. So to me, the defense was probably the most upsetting part. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers had a little flashes, but there was still minor issues on offense, which for me, I knew that was going to be a problem. Did we see Breece Hall fumbling the ball an issue? No. Lazard drops? No, we didn't see that coming. So, I mean, I think the offense is going to be a work in progress. It's going to take a few weeks for the offense. So we thought, all right, the defense, they've been together, cohesive unit. They're going to be able to, carry us a couple weeks. But, we got our teeth kicked in. So, you know what? It is what it is. Let's just see how it looks on Sunday. But it's a must-win Sunday. We have to win this game. No buts about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's a must-win, but I do understand why other Jets fans are saying, hey, they got to get this W, because like you said as well, especially as talented as this Jets team is, you got to stop the bleeding. This could go a long way to start to build that momentum and that confidence. You got to get something on the board and get rolling, especially after you get your teeth kicked in the way that we did against the Niners. Now, Justin, do you think, or are you concerned about the pass rush going into the game against the Titans? We struggled against the Niners. Do you think we'll be able to get to Will Levis?
To be honest with you, nah, not really. I mean, run defense, yes. Pass rush, no. I mean, we didn't really play with the lead, so I mean, pass rush, no. I'm not really concerned about that too much. But I also think people are a little bit sleeping on the Tennessee Titans trenches. I mean, offense and defense. You got Sweat, you got Jeffrey Simmons, you got Skoronsky, you got J.C. Leatham. So Arden Key, I don't think this is going to be an easy game like people think. So, I mean, as long as we don't win the turnover battle, I think we'll be good. But I don't think it's going to be like no blowout for sure. I definitely think it's going to be a close game.
How many yards are you expecting from Breece Hall on the ground? Because you brought up a very good point. They got guys that can play. This defense is not a joke. That Titans defense, they got Landry as well. He's a guy that can get after it. He gets after the QB as well. So how much are you expecting on the ground?
I don't know. What did he end up with last time? I don't really remember. I would like to see I don't really care, like, to be honest with you. Like, just whatever is cooking, just keep – I hate how Hackett gets away from whatever's working. So whatever's working, just stick to that, whether it's Aaron cooking, Rodgers, or Breece Hall, or even if Brendan Allen gets more reps, which, I thought we'd be using him a little bit more. But, I mean, I get it. Saleh doesn't like to use rookies. So, I mean, I get that. But, I mean, whatever is working – just do it. I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to see Breece Hall be used a little bit more out of the backfield. I mean, I think that's going to be, as the offense gets progressive, so as that takes a couple weeks. So I don't think we're going to see that yet. So I think it's just going to be run, whatever, as the offense gets going. But, I mean, I don't really care. Just find a way to win no matter what it is.
Okay. Give me your final score prediction, Justin. Jets, Titans, who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
Ooh. Final score. I mean, I definitely think we're going to get maybe a turnover or possibly two. I think Gary Wilson maybe finds a way. Gary Wilson or Conklin finds a way to get it. I'm going to go with like 27-20 Jets win. Sounds about right.
Listen, I hear you there, Justin. That's facts, man. Listen, Justin, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
For sure.
All right. Listen, we're talking that talk. Brick City, we were coming to you. We just lost you. Call back in, Brick City. Okay? We want to hear from you. Listen, there's a lot of things moving and shaking. A lot of things moving and shaking right now, man. Okay? A lot of things happening. All right? The Jets have, things have got to get together, man. Things have got to get together. And again, I'm not a guy screaming that this is a must win. That's not what I'm doing. Okay? I'm not screaming that. That's not me. But I tell you what, I do see and understand that getting a W here would go a long way in building that momentum, stopping the bleeding, and getting things rolling. Okay? Salute to all the savages in the chat. I see y'all in the building. Okay? I see y'all in the building. All right? Whew. Adrian says the Jets need to sign Riddick. Ooh, I hear you. I hear you. J.E. salutes to you as well in the chat. He says it's very concerning. 14 years without a playoffs, bro. He also goes on to say we should have kept Huff and John Franklin Myers. That's on Joe Douglas. He also says Mike Williams is done. 30 years old, coming off of ACL surgery. We need another wide receiver number 2. I don't know. I feel like Mike Williams can make some things happen. We got to get him to football. Point blank, period. Okay? We got to get this guy the ball. And that's on Nathaniel Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett should have absolutely have taken care of business, drawn up some plays to get Mike Williams involved in the offense. You know what kills me, man? It's like every other team in the league can do that, right? You look at Andy Reid. He does that week in and week out. You know that Travis Kelce is going to get the ball. Somehow, he still gets the ball, right? All these other weapons that they have, it's like he can draw up plays to get guys the ball. And somehow we can't do that. We're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next! We're going to 541. 541. We're coming directly to you. 541. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts about this Jets loss to the 49ers, man. How are you feeling about watching us get our keisters kicked?
Hello, my bad. This is Lil Balloon.
Oh, Lil Balloon. Salutes and respect to you, Lil Balloon.
Yeah.
Always good to see you. Okay. Now you in the building officially. Now let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put this out there.
So
Lil Balloon.
I'm a Titans fan.
Yeah, Lil Balloon, not a Jets fan. Okay. He's a big Titans fan. So I want to start here with you, Lil Balloon. From the outside looking in. We're coming in, we're matching up. What are your concerns when you look at the Jets from a Titans perspective? What are you the most worried about in this upcoming matchup?
I'm not going. I'm worried about Bro getting sacked. He got sacked, I think, 2-3 times.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about that.
Okay.
I'm a little worried about that.
Okay. What about our running game? Are you concerned about Breece Hall taking care of business?
Yeah, I'm not going. I'm pretty confident in our secondary though.
Okay.
In our defense.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna be pretty decent with defense.
Okay. So do you think you're gonna be able to get to Aaron Rodgers? Y'all think y'all gonna send some pressure and get after him and bring him down a couple times?
I think at least like 2 sacks. I'm thinking a good at least 2 sacks on him. Type shit.
Okay. Well, watch it. Family show, Lil Balloon. Family show. No cursing here.
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry about that.
So you're thinking you're gonna be able to get after him? 2 sacks. Okay. You sounding confident, Balloon. You sounded real confident, my boy. Okay.
It's gonna be a close game though. It's gonna be like a bunch of turnovers. I feel like it's gonna be a little defensive heavy. I'm gonna say like 21-14 type.
21-14 Titans. That's what he thinks.
Yeah.
21-14.
Yeah,
Titans?
I'm gonna say 21-14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lil Balloon, come on here. He's the only person to pick the Titans. Listen, I gotta slide off, Balloon. I want to thank you for calling in.
My Titans people.
Okay, I respect it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to show love.
It's all love here. Thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, Balloon, I want to hear from you, man. And you know, I absolutely love your content, what you do, and thank you for coming in.
Keep doing your thing.
Absolutely.
What's up?
Absolutely.
Boy.
All right, you have a good one. Listen. Here on this platform, we invite fans of all fan bases. Okay, it's a Jets show though. We keep it all the way real. Okay, it's a Jets program. We bleed green here, but we got love for people from everywhere else. And salutes to Lil Balloon. Does great job, great content. Has a YouTube channel. Salutes. All right. Anybody on YouTube, search Lil Balloon on YouTube. Puts out a lot of great stuff from, different stuff, okay? Not sports stuff. He does different stuff. Check it out, all right? He was confident. That boy was confident. He was confident. We're going to keep getting to the lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. I need you to call in, okay? Blog Talk sucks. It's cheeks. I apologize. Anybody hearing static or choppy, choppiness, that's Blog Talk. Trash. Okay? Let me see if Blog Talk will allow me to flush him. You're flush, Blog Talk. Also, I forgot to bring this up. I've been so focused on the Jets getting out of that stench of Monday night and the night. Yo, Jamal Adams. We're going to be facing him as well, okay? He's already been talked to. You just feel like it's going to be a regular game. I hope we stomp him. I can't wait. I hope every single time that we see him in coverage that we target him. That guy can't cover a bed with a bed sheet, okay? For those of you that do not know, Jamal Adams is currently a Tennessee Titan, and he will be playing. He said he will be playing. All right? Jamal Adams is cheeks, like Blog Talk. Man, we got rid of him fast. I mean, fast. Faster than Sulla can cause a lack of adjustments, man. Oh. Faster than the Jets can give up 147 yards on the ground to an undrafted free agent. Whoa. That was fast. All right. But it's a new week and a new day. All right. We got the Titans coming up. Hopefully we can get things rolling with a good W. All right. Hopefully we can. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers next. we are going to Max. We're going to Max. Max, salutes. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. I apologize if there's a little static here.
It's nice calling in just to the show.
Absolutely. Listen, Blog Talk sucks, but here we are. We got Max on the line. He's going to talk that talk. For those of you that do not know, Max, he's a savage. Savage. Max, welcome to the show. Jets got their keisters kicked against the Niners. We got the Titans coming up, man. Quickly, give me your thoughts on how you felt after that loss to the Niners, and do you think the Titans are a must-win game for the Jets?
I mean, the Niners game, I feel like a lot of Jets fans, and I was on Instagram watching it, I feel like a lot of the Jets fans overreacted. Look, would I like the game to be closer? Of course. The Niners, it's Super Bowl year. I get that. The Niners, though, are the best team in the NFC. And, look, we lost by 13 points. And, look, we got blown out throughout the game. Our defense did not play good. Our offense was okay. I mean, Aaron Rodgers played good. He had the free plays out Lazard, but there were some things we need to clean up. Like, there was a third down play. We should have a more creative play. I didn't like the fourth down call with Garrett Wilson. I didn't really like how he ran the middle. And I feel like we should have seen more Braylon Allen in the game. Braylon Allen came in the final drive of the game, so that's just my opinion on it. He should have. And then for the Titans game, I mean, we're going to beat the Titans. And my reasoning is that last week, Titans played the Bears. The Titans were up 17-0 on the Bears, and Will Levis played terrible, and the Bears won the game. So they choked a 17-0 lead against the Bears.
No, yeah, that's we're going into a game with a Titans team that a lot of people are thinking that the Jets should absolutely destroy. But I want to get your thoughts on this, Max. Are you concerned about the Jets' pass rush? Right, we have to get to Will Levis. We have to. We didn't get to Purdy. He had all day. All right, we only got 2 sacks, but he was just doing whatever he wanted to do out there. Are you concerned about our pass rush going into this game against the Titans?
I'd only be concerned if Will Levis gets a lot of yards because look, I understand the pass rush wasn't great, but you know what? It was also San Francisco 49ers. Their offensive line has played together for 6-7 years. They're running even without Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is one of the best running backs in football. Jordan Mason ran for 156 yards, undrafted. But the offensive line has had so much continuity, played for 6 to 7 years. And also with the Niners, even though Purdy's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, he always gets and I feel like with the 49ers know our defense because Sal was their defensive coordinator for years.
Yeah.
And a lot of the defensive coordinators on the Niners know how to stop our defense. So in my opinion, on my situation is, look, I would be concerned if we're playing against weaker teams and they're airing it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if it was the Niners, if it's just against the Niners, we'll clean it up. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully we do. What are your thoughts about the Jets running game? I think it needs to step up. This is a tough Titans defense. A lot of Jets fans are not giving them, I think, the credit that they deserve. They got some guys, like I was talking about earlier, Arden Key, Simmons, Sweat is a guy that's tough as well. Let me tell you something. These guys get after it. Landry, he's not a joke either. That guy can rush the passer heavy. What are your thoughts on the Jets running game matching up against this Titans defense? How many yards are you expecting Breece Hall to have on the ground?
I feel like with the running game, we need to be more creative and play calls because we play against the Niners. How many times do we run up the middle and it didn't work? Hackett called that play 10 times and it's never worked. We need more creativity. I don't know, more outside runs, more gap runs. I feel like if you were more creative in the run game, I think Breece Hall can go for some yards. And also, I feel like they should be rotating running backs because Braylon Allen was not in the game till last drive, and he played good, so he should be in more drives. Malcolm Corley should be in for more drives because when we go 3 wide receiver, we were going 3 wide with Lazard, Garrett Wilson, and Xavier Gibson. I think if you wanted to do 3 wide, it could be Mike Williams, Malcolm Corley, Garrett Wilson. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. What are your expectations for Aaron Rodgers in this upcoming game? I know that there's some Jets fans that are saying he's got to come out guns blazing, because, again, the Jets offense, there was some struggle. Do you expect that?
I just hope Aaron Rodgers plays better. I mean, I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers was terrible. I mean, he had the free play, but, he also hasn't played a game in 2 years. So, but I hope Aaron Rodgers, improves and he throws, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick or maybe 3 touchdowns. But, if he throws for 2 touchdowns and he's, managing the game better, then that'll be good. If he plays better against because, he always starts terrible.
I feel like with Aaron Rodgers, everyone's like overreacts, like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is so big. He's not going to do good this year after the first game. He's always been bad first game. Second game on, he turns it on. That's just my thoughts on that.
Yeah. Give me your final score prediction. Jets, Titans, who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
I think the Jets are going to win 27-14. And the reason that is because I don't think the Titans are that.
Go ahead. Give us your final explanation, man.
So I feel like the reason the Jets are going to win is because I feel like the Jets are a way better team than the Titans. And look, I understand people can disagree. The game would be closer. The Titans at one point last week had a 17-0 lead, and they choked to the Bears. And I'm not saying the Bears are like this great team. I mean, Caleb Williams needs to start adjusting to the NFL because he wasn't great. And Caleb Williams wasn't even great last week. Yeah, the Chicago Bears defense put up 24 points because Will Levis was like really bad last week against the Bears defense. So I think the Jets are easily going to win this game. And also, the Titans scored Will Levis. He's going to have some turnovers. That's just my opinion on it.
Listen, Max, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Of course.
All right. Listen, Max calling in with some heat, man. Tonight, we've done a bunch of predictions, and I think only one person has picked the Titans, and it was Lil Balloon, okay? But he's a Titans fan, all right? I respect it. I respect it. So we only had one person go for the Titans, okay? So coming towards the end of the show here, we're going to close it up. Let me give you my prediction here, man. Listen, I think that this game is going to be a bit closer than people think, okay? Especially to start off. I think the Jets' offense is going to get rolling. I think the defense will rebound a bit, especially against the run. I foresee the Titans are going to come out and try to mimic the exact same thing that the Niners did. And they do have good personnel. Don't get it confused. The Titans do have some guys along their offensive line. You got Latham, Sorensen, Cushenberry as well. Like, that offensive line isn't like dumpster trash at all. Like, they got some guys over there that can block and put some things together. They play, a physical style of ball. So, but I think the Jets are going to do much better against the run. I'm a little bit worried about Pollard because he can't come out the backfield, catch the football as well. And we know that the Jets defense at times can get cooked, especially in the flats. All right. We've seen that before. I think we'll get to Will Levis a bit more than we got to Purdy. I think the pressure will be there. I'll tell you what, Calvin Ridley is something else, though. We got to watch out for him. I think Sauce, again, is this another game where he's got to travel. You got Hop. You also got Boyd over there as well. So that's a good matchup to watch. Keep in mind that DJ Reed does have knee soreness. He does have knee soreness. So he's going to be dealing with that. He's questionable going to the game. And I also think that Michael Clemens at this point is questionable going to the game as well. I expect both of them to play, but we will see. But adjustments will be made, especially if DJ Reed is not going to be able to play with that knee soreness that he has. I think the Jets offense will get rolling. I think the run game will be, really the focal point here. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have more of a solid game than he did against the Niners. I think he's really going to be able to pick his spots. I think Garrett Wilson has another chance. I think he's going to have over 100 yards in this game. I really do. I felt super positive about him going against the Niners. I think he would have had that had the Jets offense had more time because he had 6 catches for 60 yards. But I think that Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to let some things go, and I think he's going to air it out a bit more. So I can see Garrett Wilson having over 100 yards in this game. And I don't know, man. Allen Lazard, I feel like he's really going to turn some things around. He's going to have a solid game, and I think they get Mike Williams way more involved this game against the Titans than they did against the Niners. I think he's going to really put some things together. So I think Jamal Adams is going to get cooked in this game as well. I think we'll see that. There's going to be a play where he's trailing, trying to chase a guy down that, definitely couldn't corral in coverage. And I think that also is going to probably be a focal point of the Jets is to isolate whoever Jamal Adams is covering because he can get roasted. I don't even want to get started on how bad of a cover safety he's been throughout his career. So with all that said, I am taking the Jets to beat the Titans 24-14. 24-14. I'm taking the Jets. Yeah, 24-14. I'm taking the Jets, okay? We get it done by 10, all right? So with that said, listen, we're going to close out the show. This is a phenomenal show. I want to thank everybody for calling in, watching me, no matter where you're watching me from, getting involved with your boy. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. All right. I am also, on Twitter as well. Going over to Twitter. Type in @The Long Beach Joe, @The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. All right. If you want to troll me, no issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. Okay? Y'all saw what we just did to Utah State. Bruh, don't get in the way, bruh. You know what I'm saying? All right? Don't get in the way, bruh. Why would you get in the way of a Trojan man? Do you want to be stomped? Is that what y'all into? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to feel the power? If that's what you want, then, hey, look. We'll give it to you. All right? We'll put 48 up on you and get you up out of here. All right? You better watch it. Fight on, okay? AVT. He doing his thing. Long season. We going to keep rolling. Okay? But y'all see, he's just building momentum. Okay? So, yeah. @The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. I'm also on YouTube as well. Come on over to YouTube. All right? Type in Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Hit all on that notification bell when you click it. Give the videos and stream a thumbs up. Share them across your social media with your friends and your family. And if you want to troll me, get in those comments. We can troll. Let's go back and forth in there as well. And as always, people, when you see me in person, because you will see me in person, okay? You will. I'll be outside. I don't duck and hide. I'll be outside, okay? When you see me in person, it's arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. The hugs will cost you absolutely nothing. I want to thank you folks for taking the times out of the day to check in with your boy, to call in, to watch, to any way that you interact, okay, with the platform and me. I want to thank y'all for doing that, okay? Without you folks, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the times out of your day to get involved with everything that I'm doing, all right? So until the next show, you folks have a good one. Peace. 1 second, folks. Okay, pow. All right, I'm back. Listen, I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. Again, I apologize for, people are saying they were hearing static on this Blog Talk His Cheeks, okay? I apologize. I apologize for the choppiness of Blog Talk. I apologize, all right? But I want to thank y'all for sticking with your boy. Exclamation point. And the chat brings up my link tree. My link tree has links to all of my social media platforms. Also has the links to all of my YouTube pages. I have a reaction channel for those of y'all that don't know. I'll get involved again with my reaction channel. I apologize, y'all. My schedule has just been wild, okay? I apologize. But we're going to get those reactions rolling back out. We laugh at fools on the internet, okay? So get on over there and subscribe, comment. If you want to see me react to something, put that in the comments. And let's, continue to build over there. I got to get back to reacting. I'm sorry. I had a lot of fun doing that. Y'all had a lot of fun watching me. Please be patient with your boy. I'm going to get back and get consistent. Okay. I apologize, y'all. But the content's over there, so check it out. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe over there as well. And again, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. This content that we do on this channel, the Jets channel, we do this year round, as throughout the off season and to the season like we have now. So please get involved with everything we're doing here. I do this live call-in show year round as well. We have a lot of fun. This number right here is the number to the radio show for the foreseeable future. Unless I tell you it changes, it's not going to change. Okay. Now, one of the things that you see, or one of the things that people have seen is that my show starts at 7 p.m. Eastern generally. Okay, my show starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. So people will call in before 7 p.m. Eastern because the phone lines to the show open up, I think it's 6:50 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure, though. There's people that have told me it opens up before that, so literally, someone's told me, Joe, stop worrying about when the phone lines open because we're going to be first on the lines. Those of us that know, Joe, are going to be first. So you don't even need to worry about when they open up, but we know, okay? I'm not going to tell y'all, who calls in early so that they can get in early on the show. It's Rusty and Val. I'm not going to tell you who's doing it. It's Rusty and Val, okay? But I'm not telling you who's doing that because it's Rusty and Val. Listen, if you want to call in before the show starts, okay, and, wait on the lines, and then when I go to the lines, as y'all heard tonight, right? Show starts, I usually talk for like 10 minutes, maybe 15 at the most, but generally 10 minutes just to cover what we're talking about, the discussion, okay? I move very, very quickly, okay? My hold times are not long, all right? So please, what people do is they call in early, they wait about 10 minutes, less than that, sometimes 5 minutes, and I go straight to the lines, okay? I go to the lines and I get y'all thoughts, okay? Generally, I give my callers anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes to get their thoughts out, and then I gotta, we gotta move on because we'll have other callers. Sometimes, we go a little bit longer depending again, okay? We continue to move forward, and we get to everybody on here, okay? Listen, my hold times are not long. Be patient. I can physically see you. I have basically like a call projector. I can see you, okay, physically on the line. I have a queue system, excuse me. I can physically see you, okay? So when you call in, just wait, and I'll get right to you, all right? I'll get right to you. So just be patient, okay? We get to everybody, all right? So if you want to call in early and wait until the show starts to 7 p.m. Eastern, be my guest. It's not illegal to do that at all. It is completely legal for you to call into the show early. Again, I go down my queue system, so a lot of people want to get in early, okay? And I have no issues with that. I absolutely love that because that shows, hey, you want to have that conversation. But it doesn't matter when you call in. Trust, I will get to you, okay? And I also get to my savages in the chat as well. We go back and forth, and I get y'all thoughts on there as well. On y'all stuff, okay? But keep in mind, I'm one man, okay? The only thing I don't allow on my show is cursing. Don't call into my show cursing. I'll get you out of here, bro. Don't do that, okay? Now, I understand, some people slip up. It's a passionate conversation. Okay, cool. But if you keep going and I'll get you up out of here. I'll hang up on you fast. I don't play those games, okay? Because this is YouTube, okay? This is YouTube. And YouTube has a certain way that they handle business. And they're very sensitive on YouTube. So I must watch the sensitivity, okay? Because I love YouTube, okay? So, just slow down. And I know, my audience, y'all super intelligent, man. So I don't have to worry about that. But I always have to put that out there. Excuse me. Also, make sure when you call in that you have a good phone line. Again, I apologize tonight. Blog Talk sucks. That's why y'all was hearing some static. I apologize from that. I know, it was just a little bit of static and we were able to kind of still push through it. But please make sure you have a good phone line. Because if I cannot hear you, if your connection's all over the place and I can't hear you, my audience can't hear you, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? Some people call in and wind tunnel, wind's just whipping. Listen, go somewhere where it's not, the wind isn't going crazy and let me hear you. All right. Some people call me. Also, another thing, background noise. I can't have that either. Some people call me from their job. They on the jackhammer. Listen, put the jackhammer down on your construction job, go down the street, talk to your boy, and then come back and get on, handle your business on a jackhammer. I understand people call me and listen to me. People call in and listen to me from their jobs. I love that because I know y'all got to get that Skrilla, okay? But listen, we can't have crazy background noise because if my audience can't hear you clearly or effectively, what can we do, okay? So yeah. That's what it's all about here. We have a lot of fun. We do these shows year round. We also do live watch-alongs as well, where we watch the game, and then after, watching a live Jets game, we'll have a radio show. Those can get very, very hot, okay, very, very heated. All right, but still no cursing on those shows. I'll let y'all know when I'm going to be able to watch a game with y'all. It's going to be, my schedule's rough, but I'm going to let y'all know, okay? But we do that, and we have a lot of fun doing that as well. Okay, sometimes you'll catch a boy gaming on this channel too. I'll get back to that. There's a lot of people that have been angry with me for months about me not gaming, but I'm telling y'all, like, schedule's crazy, bro. Okay, but I'll get back to that. So if you catch a boy playing games, don't be shocked. Okay, come on in and talk to your boy while I'm playing these games. Sometimes we play GTA, Street Fighter. Street Fighter 6 is just that game. I can't stand it, and there's no characters in that game that I even like. So that game is just whatever. But there's other games that I play as well. Street Fighter, I play all kinds of stuff. Streets of Rage. We have a lot of fun when I'm able to game. So again, follow me across all of my social media, subscribe, and y'all will definitely see that and be involved with everything that I'm doing over here. All right. So let me thank everybody, man. Listen, I want to thank everybody again that called in and got involved with the program tonight any way that you did. Outlaw says, defamation of character. You can skip this part of the show. There's no proof behind it. Yo, Blog Talk, it half worked, but it worked. I can prove that that's not defamation of character, okay? Outlaw says, it was crystal clear on YouTube side, but on the phone it was static. Yeah, that's Blog Talkers, cheeks, all right? Lil Balloon says, Joe's outside. Salutes to you, Lil Balloon. Always good to see you in the building, as well as Outlaw. Always good to see you in here, too. Bree says, love the show, Joe. Loved what the Savages been saying. Salutes to you, Bree. And again, I want to thank you for listening as well. Adrian says, good show, Joe. Thank you so much, Adrian. Always good to see you in the building, too. J.E., always good to see you in the building, man. And again, I want to thank everybody, man, that comes on through. GVH, always good to see you in the building as well. All right. Always good to see people just, commenting and interacting with your boy any way that you do. Colin, I see you in the building. Colin Bowen, always good to see you in the building as well. Salutes and respect to you, man. Salutes and respect to everybody, man. Venom G's, I see you in the building. Salutes. Always good to see you too, man. Salutes and respect to everybody, man, that came on by, said what's up. Christopher Cancel, always good to see you. Rusty, always good to see you in the building as well. Salutes. Ron P, salutes and respect to you as well. Just respect to everybody, man. JJ, I see you. Salutes and respect to you too. This is what I do it for, man. I love interacting with Jets fans, my Jets brothers and sisters, and having a good time, man. Having a good time, and just enjoying ourselves. That's what it's all about. Papa J, always good to see you in the building too. Salutes and respect to everybody, man. Salutes and respect to everybody that came on by. Jim Everett, salutes. Everybody that came in. And again, we welcome teams of all fandom. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what team you love, what team you rep. Come on in and talk to us, man. Have respect, though. Don't come in here all crazy, all right? Because the Savages they're going to destroy you if you come in here all crazy, all right? I can't hold them back. If you come in here talking crazy, off your keister, I can't hold you back, dog. I can't hold them back. You know what I'm saying? They gonna maul you. They gonna maul you, dog. They gonna maul you. You gonna get mauled, bruh. Come on, man. Just come in here respectfully. You can talk your little talk, but don't get too crazy. You gonna get mauled, all right? And again, salutes to Venom G's. All right, good to see you in the building. Outlaw says, are you going live for the Titans game? No, I'm not gonna be able to. Hopefully my schedule clears up and I'll get y'all. We'll get some games together for sure. But yeah, man, I wish I could, but I can't, man. I can't. So, but we gonna get some games this year. Don't y'all worry. We gonna be back watching games together. All right, soon enough. All right, and we gonna have a lot of fun. So I'm gonna get on up out of here. Listen, folks, be safe. Okay, be safe. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world. Sit down with your friends and your family. Eat some good food, make some good meals, watch some good TV, and let the people that you love know that you love them. That's important to me in my life. I hope it's important to you in yours, all right? Let them people know, because you never know what can happen, man. You never know what can happen, man. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Things change fast, okay? Especially with everything that's going on out here, bruh. Be safe, all right, and just and watch yourselves, okay? Be safe. GVH says, appreciate you, Joe. Looking forward to your post-game show. Absolutely, man. Trust, I'm telling you. We're going to watch games together. It's just schedule's wild, okay? Schedule's wild, but we're going to watch games together again this year for a fact, all right? For a fact, we gonna do that. All right. So y'all have a good one. Salutes to you, Venom G's. All right. Salutes to Outlaw, Rusty, everybody, GVH. Salutes to all of y'all, everybody that watched.